Как, Айшан, когда начать? Привет. Сейчас пока. Он на улице стоит. Может, через 10 минут начать?
Ну, давайте.
Привет. Мы начнем через 10 минут. Ждем опоздавших. Давайте увидимся через 10 минут. Запись будет все идти пока. В 11:10 начинаем. Здесь звук записывается. Сейчас я скажу.
Да. Удачи. После повторения видим,
Мы, наверное, вот там.
а полный кофе, понятно?
А ты?
Здесь там тоже, вы сразу да?
Я не знаю, когда точно, через час.
Дева,
Basically, this is a scene. This is a camera. If you want, you can sit here usually, or do you want me to put like over here?
Yeah.
We took over a.
If you want, we can just turn this down.
This
This is
So we're trying to build things where there won't be person messaging so much as business person messaging.
not too long.
Micro business level.
Всем привет. So
We're just building a whole suite of services.
we start because actually acoustics is actually we can hear it because we don't have mics. Всем привет. Мы вот в Дар офисе комьюнити у нас Demi, его биографию все знаете. И можно начинать. В основном у нас аудитория онлайн сегодня. Session will be in English. You can free to type your questions. Можете вопросы писать, мы будем озвучивать. И у нас еще свои вопросы. Please welcome Demi.
Hi, thank you. So may I ask how many people are watching?
It was 2, now it's 1.
Okay, nice. Hello there.
They will watch recording. Majority will watch
All right.
recording.
So I can start by explaining like what I do and what I did. So I'd say I started my career before graduating. I got government grant from the Turkish government to build my first company. This was back in 2012, 2013 when I graduated. And then until 2016, I just made apps, mobile apps, just random stuff, password manager, social apps, facial recognition apps, and other stuff. But then they were all like random startup stuff. And then in 2015, 16, I went to the Silicon Valley and I just roamed around, met with lots of people. I asked Paul Graham, like I'm doing all of these stuff, but I want to build a game. What do you say? Like, would it be considered like a startup? Like, do you think, oh, I feel like it's bullshit and so on. But then I also have fun doing it. And then he said, doesn't matter. Don't go whatever people say. Just do whatever you want, and it will be okay. And then I built my first game. Normally, it takes like 5-10 games for anyone's game to be successful. Our first game was successful right away. Of course, it had like many, what do you call it? Like monetization, marketing, like all these other problems, but it was fun. People enjoyed playing it, and like, yeah, it was pretty good. And then after like 2016, 17, after that game, I went into crypto for a year. I built like mini scrapers, dApps, built an exchange, did lots of stuff during that year. And I would say it wasn't, it was too fast paced. It was like taking a lot of energy, mental energy. The crypto sphere is like just crazy all the time. And there's lots of things happening all the time. So I quit that, and then I went back to gaming, and then I've been building columns ever since, like the game that I'm building right now. So that's 2018 until now, almost 4 years. Yeah.
Maybe, we can go with our questions we prepared.
Yeah. Okay, so the first question is how can an indie game dev team start making money on international markets?
Okay, so yeah, that's a very broad question. I think there's a lot of different gaming channels, or like this game distribution channels. So App Store is one of them. Steam is another. We're building for web, so I can speak about web. So whatever, like what has happened is everyone just went to mobile and Steam, so the web became empty. So there was no good developers left in the web. So whatever someone does, it kind of just succeeds. It's like, you know, everyone went after the gold mine. So they left the silver mine, but silver mine makes money. Like you know, you can mine silver and then hire a bunch of employees, and you know, it's never going to be a billion-dollar company, but it's quite all right. So that's the market that we tackled. So like I would say for the App Store and Steam, I'm like the process is completely different. I don't have experience there, but for web, it's pretty straightforward. We just like make a good game and then publish it on all of these game distribution platforms like Poke, like Miniclip, like all these other places. And then if the game is good, people just come. That's it. And then they do like all of the distribution. So yeah, web games are pretty easy to pull off, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Would you share the tips on monetizing B2C products? That was in the poll.
Okay. So yeah, B2C products. There's a lot of types of B2C products. Well, for colonists, what we did was we did a poll on all of our users, not all of our, like the paying users and the non-paying users. So like the non-paying users who had more than 1,000 games, and the paying users who had just paid. And then we asked them, what features would you want in our subscription model? By the way, we're doing this a couple months ago, and then 1 month ago we launched our subscription model, so that we can generate recurring revenue. And then the results were interesting. The players who did not pay, they requested features that are just like gimmicks that they're not going to pay for, that no one's going to pay for. So we could completely discard that type of player, and then the players who paid, they know exactly what they want to pay for. So that gave us a lot of insights on what other stuff these paying players will also pay for, because when someone pays, they're more likely to pay again. So we just asked a bunch of them, and then we created our subscription tiers according to their answers, the top ones and so on. And then it's been working fine now. So we got like majority of the value out of just talking with our users, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say talking with your users, but the correct type of users. So freebies, they're like, they ask stuff like put an ad in front, like to get coins. I want to watch an ad. So they're already saying they're not going to pay for the product. But then paying users, they're like, oh, build this new map and I will pay $10 for it. So, and then when we ask that question to 100 people, then we get like a distribution of like what type of features paying users want, and then the most popular ones, we just build it.
How did you ask? Was it like some survey, or did you?
Yeah. So we emailed like more than 100 people who had paid for our services before, and then we gave them like we already have a future upvote site. It's basically any player can go in and then write, I want this, blah 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 blah, and then anyone else can just upvote it. Mm-hmm. So all of the ideas that our players already want are there, and there's like thousands of them. And then there, like some of them have 500 upvotes, some of them have 2 upvotes. So there's that as well. So we just went through that, made a list of all of the possible things that people can pay for, and then sent it to our paying users, and then they kind of we gave them tokens. Like we told them, you have 20 tokens, distribute that 20 tokens to all of these features, and then that's how we got the results.
Okay, so I have a question. You have like a direct experience doing startup in Turkey, in Singapore. Could you tell us about like the startup system in this country, how it works, about the corporate culture of these countries, etc.?
Yeah, so I would say both governments try to encourage startups as much as possible. And when it comes to like they have different cultures and different approaches. Turkey, yeah, it's like there are some people who know a lot of stuff, and then there are like it's not a mature what do you call it, major innovation hub. So there's a lot of people who are still learning how to be innovative, how to be creative, and so on. So there's a lot of what would you say? Like, I would say bad advice going around. This is in smaller cities more, but then in bigger cities, it's much better. There's connections between like Silicon Valley and other places, and then there's a bunch of Turkish founders in Silicon Valley as well. And they come and they distribute the knowledge all the time. But then the startup ecosystem in Turkey, I think it's very it's flourishing. It's been like that for the past decade. When it comes to Singapore, I wouldn't say like Singapore is like a startup hub. It's more like it attracts money. So that's what Singapore is good at. It's attracting money. And then they are good at attracting already established startups to move their HQ to Singapore, kind of a thing. So starting off, like just as a project, I wouldn't say like Singapore would be the best place. Of course, I have friends who have like started many companies there, so it's of course doable. But then it's a very good place to like get money, get access to money, get access to network, get access to the whole region basically, because everyone just goes there in the region to do business. And if someone's doing B2C, they have to be in Singapore for that region. But when it comes to Turkey, they mostly build B2C products, occasionally B2B, but I've seen like a lot of B2C successful products, and that comes from the population, because Turkey is a high internet penetrated market. Everyone uses internet, and everyone uses the next up and coming app. And they're not shy to download and try out apps. The population. So what this means that when a new innovator comes and builds a new B2C product, people are going to download it and try it. So they are more likely to succeed in those type of businesses. Whereas in Singapore, it's more like B2B type of products are more likely to succeed.
Thank you. This is very interesting. And our last question from our poll is generic. We were discussing if you could share tips on hiring, managing people, or product management, or development tools. This is super broad. Maybe anything you feel like easy to talk about, because here the audience we have UX researchers, QA people, product people over there. Some watching. So anything you wish.
Okay, so I thought I was a bad manager, and of course I am. Like, I don't have that much experience, maybe 1-2 years of like actually managing people. But then a friend of mine told me like, you will realize that you're not a bad manager once you like if you hire a 200K person rather than a 50K person. Right? It's like if you just pay higher price to a quality person, you don't have to manage them. That's the advice that I got. So we just tweaked our hiring system in a way that like we don't have to manage the people that we hire. They know what they want to do. They know how to move forward. They know how to communicate. They have the communication skills and so on, and then they can get stuff done. So that's kind of and yeah, we let go of the people who weren't like that. So it's been working out fine. These people they're just getting shit done, and we want more of those. Yeah, I would say. What was the other question? Hiring, management.
Maybe product management. You already covered some on the feature lists, etc. Maybe some developer tools you like.
Yeah, I would say like let's go with developer tools. I would say just use something when you have to use it, not before. It doesn't make sense to complicate the process and system, and there's like so much we can do. So it doesn't make sense to like just optimize those like whatever tools that we're using for sake of optimizing. It's just like once we hit that threshold that we can't move forward, using a tool will make us move forward faster, then we're like, we're doing those. And I would say like CI is one of the major things, links and so on. So whenever we hire a bad developer, what happens is we have to add new tools, new rules in our code base to kind of compensate for the bad developers. What do you call it?
Bugs.
Yeah, bugs or whatever. Like, he writes like triple equals instead of double equals, and we're like, dude, just write double. Don't change our system. Like, don't change what we've built the whole code base in. And then, but he continues doing that. So we have to add a new lint rule, like that does check every time a code is deployed, and make sure that like those type of things don't happen. So yeah. Any other follow-up questions?
Yes, please. So are you going to charge us for like more like Kotlin University? Because I know you're free now, right?
So our products will continue being freemium, because that's kind of like what it goes on for games like us. It's a multiplayer game where like when you go online, you want to see thousands of other people so that when you click play, you can easily get matched and start playing. So in such games, 99% of the people are usually, or players are usually, what do you call it? Products for the 1% of the paying user. So the 1% paying user wants to see a lot of other people to actually play the game. So what we built the products are for the 1%, like the payment products, the products that we try to acquire revenue from. But then the retention and all the other products are built for like the 99%. So it will always be free.
Hopefully, you don't change your mind like those years.
I have a question. Could you please tell about fundraising and financial situation at the startups at this product?
Yeah, so we never fundraise, it's bootstrapped. We are profitable, so we're just looking to hire more to put that money back into the app to make it grow faster, to hire more people and so on. So I don't have any experience with fundraising. I never did it. It is bootstrapped, and it's worked out fine. I would say we were partially lucky because not a lot of people who bootstrap actually succeed. Same with fundraising, but then that's a different story. But then I know like my brother went into YC. Do you know YC?
Yes.
Yeah. So like before YC he tried to raise money. After YC he tried to raise money. After YC it took him 1 week to raise a couple million. So it's like having a strong brand behind you just makes it easier. Yeah.
YC also has a big funding network that it's connected to, so they didn't even have to go shopping for funding.
Sure.
Guys, any more questions?
Yeah, sure. Like, how are you finding Almaty so far?
It's nice. It's nice. The weather is nice. The people are nice.
Welcome to our beautiful city.
Thank you.
I have a question. What do you think about key games like play to earn games? Have you ever planned to make this type of games?
No, thankfully no. So from my friend groups, like I know a lot of game devs, and majority of the failed game devs went into play to earn in the past year. So these people failed to make a successful game. So they don't have the skills to make a good game, and they went into play to earn, and they started making more money than us. So more and more people went there. But then that kind of shows you like the cream of the crop is not building play to earn. Like the bottom of the crop is building play to earn, and because there's like free money, everyone's just throwing money at everyone. So So overall, like the quality of the games that come out of there is, of course, going to be very, very low. But then when I think of like play to earn as in like a system, like how it would work, play to earn existed a decade ago as well. World of Warcraft mines or RuneScape gold diggers, I think like there was like Chinese miners who mines World of Warcraft like items or whatever, and then they would sell it to US. And then same with RuneScape in Mexico. Mexicans would play RuneScape and then sell it to US. But then the ratio of play to earn would be 1/200. So every 200 people that played the game, one person could play the game and earn, like sell stuff to other players to earn money. And then the rest of the people would just play for fun. So could that change with like blockchain and other stuff? Maybe the ratios can change, but then yeah, let's see how it goes. But right now, everything out there that I've seen is a scam.
I think like it's a good opportunity to tell about yourself. Maybe you guys would introduce yourself and we can discuss like where you work or what do you have any questions? Yes, you're welcome. You can start.
First time actually I saw this event and I'm Antler. I represent Alizabad here. Do you guys know Alizabad?
Yeah.
We just started entering Kazakhstan market last year. So kind of like we have different cloud solutions, also infrastructure, software. If you guys interested, later I can share. Actually, tomorrow I will have an online webinar. Plastana Hub, they invite me. It's going to be online event at 5 p.m. If you're interested, I can share the Zoom link so you can like learn. It will be very short one, but I'll give you main points what we have and how we can help you if you also in development, if you need any kind of like resources.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If no questions, maybe we could share some website or contact of them if he will agree, and maybe you can follow up.
Yeah, let's be friends in our sheet. You have ideas.
Yeah. You guys can find me at demiculus.com or /Demiculus on all of the websites.
Demiculus, I will just type here. Demiculus. I'll type to this audience. Demiculus. Okay, I hope I got it right. So thank you, Demi. This was short but dense, and we'll invite Demi for lunch here. And thank you for your time. It was a pleasure. Пока, если вопросов нету, можно написать вопросы еще. А так, в принципе, мы завершаем. Вопросов нет.
Я понимаю. Нужно просто начать услышать.